Hi guys, Tripping Switches here, ahead of my Game Week 10 wildcard and team selection. Before we get into it, here's a quick look at Game Week 9. So 85 points, I did play the triple captain, and yes, it was Halaand who got 6. On paper he looked like he was, going to be the pick, but clearly Mbemo was, who I had. But let's be honest, he was never going to be captain. It was never going to happen. I thought Haaland would have performed much better against Southampton than Mbeumo. And if you watch the Brentford and Ipswich game, he did come close to blanking. It was a penalty and then a kind of a failed cross that went in. It was sort of lucky that he got the second goal. So my current team, I got lucky with Henderson as I actually had Areola selected, but he didn't start. Funniest thing about Son was I had Saka, transferred him out before his price drop, transferred Son in before his price increase, and Son then was injured and didn't play. Hall obviously played, did well, got 4 points, and Greaves then I just have as a enabler. Face from Everton, or from Leicester, sorry, he has been doing okay. Again, he's more of an enabler than an actual selection. Miklienko, I just think Everton are going to turn it around. I know they haven't done it, but I'm sticking with them. They're going to have to turn it around. They had one of the best defences in the league last year. We just need Brett White to get back and into it. Robinson then, he's very attacking. Can't take him out. He's so attacking. Hudson and Doy, more of an enabler than anything. I was expecting more from him, to be honest, but, Forest are good. Salah with 10. Well, Salah is Salah. And Mbeumo we spoke about. Eze finally returns. He gets 6 points. I've held him from the start. So good to see him getting something. Haaland we spoke about. 1 goal instead of maybe 3 or 4. He missed an awful lot of chances. Chris Wood with 2, the saviour. And Vardy, of course, with 8 with 1 goal. So it was okay. Let's get into the wild card. So what are we thinking here? Honestly, I was thinking about dropping Salah, getting Palmer. It has to be Palmer. I have to go with this, right? So there's 1.2 million that I have to recoup. Well, sorry, one. I suppose I had 0.2 million in the bank. I'm thinking I have to drop Eze. Alright, this was the kind of thing I was thinking about, that if I drop Eze down, so if I have a look at my 6.2, like, okay, I could have had, McNeil was going to be my choice, but he's obviously injured. He's a great option. Obviously there's Rogers 5.4, which isn't a bad shout. So it was going to be McNeil. It's just that he's a 75% chance of playing. His fixtures, like, his fixtures, they're not actually that bad. If you look at Everton's next few games, we've got Southampton, West Ham, Brentford. Like, they're not actually that bad. United, even United's not a bad fixture. It is United away. Then they've got Wolves, Liverpool. Then okay, that's a bad fixture. Arsenal. That's when it kind of starts to turn. But for the next 4 games, they're actually not bad. So McNeil isn't a bad option. Um, Henderson has Wolves next. Areola's Forest. So I was going to stick with Henderson. But I was really thinking McNeil. But the fact that he is injured, it just means that I'm not sure now. Like, Eze is very far down the list with 31. I think I have to take the risk with McNeil. And then we're only 0.1 down. Another player I wanted was Kuna. But I suppose we'll start with Antonori because everybody's going to get it. Wolves fixtures are too good to not jump on this. has to be haul off for Nori. Again, I'm going to be down. It's hard to get all the players that you want, and it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be Hudson and Doy. I drop down. I don't know. This one is difficult for me because I really wish that where's our midfielder? Is he back? No, he's not. Oh, sorry, I have the wrong selection. Wolves, and where is Hechan? Oh, here he is. Okay, Hechan would be a great option at 6.1. When is he back? 9th of November. He's coming back soon. Hechan would be a great option. Right, but we need to get point 0.4 of a million back. So I've got a 5 million midfielder that I need to get here. It's actually going to be difficult here because we're looking at defensive midfielders. I don't want to drop Salah down. McNeil was okay. I could drop Vardy, maybe. I could look at forwards. Um, but again, Cameron Archer, he actually has looked fairly okay. It's just difficult. I'm not sure if I'm going to get out Nori. I don't think I'm going to get Kuna because Kuna, that's actually what I wanted to look at. Kuna is 6.5, yeah. Whereas Wood has West Ham at home. He's a 75% chance of playing. It's just actually looking like okay, we have to get someone in for Vardy. Forwards. Sorry, that was supposed to be 5.4. Yeah, Antonio, just there's no point getting someone. Well, I could take Archer. He's starting to start. Right, if I do this, that's 0.3 million. I could get Kuna. Right, so now we could look at Kuna. No, and not be oblivious to those great fixtures that Wolves actually have. If I go defenders from Wolves, right, and we drop down, like Dawson's very good in the air. You know, do we see clean sheets coming up? Like, do we? That's the only thing that you got to look at. Do you see a clean sheet here? Possibly. I mean, Eze's been terrible. It's turned it around. Mateta hasn't been on fire. Definitely, I see one. Well, out of all of the fixtures, this game I'd be targeting for a clean sheet. Fulham are good. Bournemouth seem to always score. Everton, if they haven't got it together by here, I don't know what's going to happen. West Ham, Ipswich. There's a couple of home games. So I'd be saying possibly here and here for clean sheets. I doubt they'll keep a clean sheet against Fulham away. In Bournemouth, they maybe. Everton, maybe. West Ham, I'd say, will score. Ipswich could be a clean sheet. So that's just the thing I'm thinking about here. If I have. Yeah, is it Dawson is more likely to score? just for his height. Like Semedo's not a bad option either. The only problem with Wolves is they've conceded a lot. And do I want to go 3 Wolves players? I'm not sure I do. It's just those fixtures are unbelievable. So far on the wildcard draft, we have Ant Nori, Kuna, we got Palmer in. We still have Hudson and Doy, who I think I should look at trading up. I think I should look at doing that first because we have 5.5 million. Smith Rowe 5.7. That's fair enough. Rogers is 5.4. I think we should do this just for the fact he's starting a lot, but it is Tottenham instead of West Ham. And I'm just putting Archer in. I know he doesn't start before everybody says it. It's fair enough. I'm just putting him in because I think as an enabler, he was pretty good last year. I also I have to look at the promoted teams. It's just, again, it has to be Ipswich. Where are they? They have a lot of injuries. When's Greaves back? 24th of November is a long time to go with an injured player. Have I got anybody from Leicester? Justin 4.6, Facey's 4.2. I don't know if I want to have 2 Leicester defenders. Young 4.5. Tarkowski is 4.8. McLeanco 4.3. I have him. But mind you, Braithwaite is coming back. So that's why I think Leicester's fixtures Leicester's results will improve over the next couple of fixtures. McNeil, I'm thinking he's going to start. Salah obviously starts, and these 3. Honestly, I would think I should have played the wildcard before, but it's just Palmer's been on form, and I can't get another price increase from him. Just not sure about the defense. I'm trying to think. I've got to he starts. I can play him on the bench. I'm thinking about enabling this. Just picking up the possible points here. And Mbumu's got a good fixture. Hudson and Doy, though. Do I want to go from Hudson and Doy to a Aston Villa defender? If I look at Aston Villa here, 2 fixtures next. Fairly difficult. 2 away fixtures. Then there, gets okay. Then obviously Chelsea. And then we've got 3 lovely fixtures, which that's the way I kind of look at it. I kind of look at 3 in a row. Like, if you're looking at Everton, you know, obviously Wolves. Everybody knows about Wolves. So any engaged manager is going to be looking at Wolves. I just use this. I don't use any software. I suppose to say, if you're wondering, my total points, I'm 300,000 in the world. But I did play my wild card. So 327,000 in the world here. And to be honest with you, on Friday after Chris Wood, Vardy, Hudson, and Faces, I had 4, didn't I? I had 1, 2, 3, 4 on Friday. I jumped 400,000 points, and I think I had 22. So points don't really mean anything right now. There's a lot of managers using their wild cards and things like that are up the top that are obviously they're not as engaged. They play them early. You might say I missed it. I missed Haaland against Ipswich, but I wasn't targeting that. All along I was targeting that Southampton game. Southampton at home has to be the best fixture in the league. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's fancy Premier League. But I targeted fixtures, and that was a fixture for me. There's not going to be as many double game weeks this season, so I had to go Haaland. But just to show, I am fairly decent overall. my goal is just to be top million. If I'm top million, I'm happy. So that's why I'm thinking in fixtures we have Everton with the next three nice games. Fulham have three nice games, obviously. We have Brentford, which I have in Boomoo for, kind of four fixtures in a row that are fairly good. Then Aston Villa, which I don't think Aston Villa is too bad of a fixture for Brentford. It's just the defence is terrible, but they get chances. Yeah, Newcastle again the same thing. Newcastle at home isn't a bad fixture either. Um, Newcastle haven't been great. Man United's fixtures. This is the thing. Do we ignore these? Ten Hag got sacked. Do we ignore three United fixtures? It's kind of it's got me thinking. Like if we go to Man United, like okay, the defense is going to be hard to pick up players from because I don't have the choice. But Garnacho, he's kind of the pick of the United midfielders right now. 32 points, but he could turn that around. Up front, then you've Haaland, who 6.9. He's just a little bit expensive for what is returning, and then Siriki is 6.7 with 22. But they've got it's Man United, So even though Nana could be good, it's just I can't afford anybody really. Like if I was, here's the player who I'd sacrifice, this 5.4 midfielder, which really I'm 4 million down off who I want, and I don't think I can drop money anywhere else. Like Haaland, my plan was to sell him. To be honest, sell him and just go straight to Kuna and free up a lot of money. But the problem is, I can't get back to him. Like, how's anybody who does this going to get back to 15.4 million? I just can't see it. The other player is Welbeck. If we look at the fixture difficulty, look at Brighton. Brighton have this run coming up here. So I'm not super happy that I don't have anybody from Brighton. I might actually have a look. Matoma. Brighton. They have Matoma at 6.5. Yeah, gonna be hard to get him. Like Welbeck's really on form. Like if I swap out Kuna for Welbeck, let's just try that. If I swap Kuna for Welbeck, no, it doesn't do it. So I'm getting rid of West Ham at home. Fixture difficulty for Forest is West Ham, Newcastle, Arsenal. Then I have Ipswich in between Man City. Whereas Aston Villa have Tottenham, Liverpool. Then they've oh, that doesn't really work. I missed the Arsenal game. I'm just thinking for rotation here. Like you could keep for this at the Arsenal game, then might be the time to drop on to Rodgers. That means you missed it. Hudson and Doyle missed that. Then switch back for the Ipswich game, which misses the Chelsea game. But that's a lot of transfers to lose. And then you have to switch back again to miss the Liverpool game and catch this free run here. Could be it's an option. It's just I don't like using that many transfers on just one player. It seems like I'd be better off having them and just having them on the bench and switching across rather than actually transferring out someone. And as well, I've got to go three fixtures without having any injuries and just using my weekly transfer because I'm not going to have any more. Let me see now. If I have Hudson and Doy, he's just not doing it for me. I really wanted to get rid of him. Like Hudson and Doy is not doing it for me. Who else isn't doing it for me? Greaves, but he starts. I'm thinking playing the wildcard for this. Um, what's it saying? Right, okay. So if I have my wildcard and play it. Then I'm just thinking, yeah, get rid of. This is what I need to do. Just see, get rid of Son, Wood, West Ham at home, which I'm not majorly happy about, but it does get me Kuna. Gets rid of Vardy for West Ham or for Ipswich away, which again I'm not happy about. And it only gets me Cameron Archer, who, he doesn't even really. He has been starting recently, but it's not guaranteed. Iklianko, and then it gets me an injured McNeil. So, but it gets me Cole Palmer, keeps Salah, keeps Haaland. So my core is kind of here. Keeps Mbumu, which he's been doing wonderful for me. Gets me Aunt Nori for his fixtures. But I was meant to have Kuna here, so back to Wolves. I'm thinking I have to make this. I have to get Kuna. Kuna's a really good striker. Have to play him. Have to get him. Why enable my wildcard? The only one is it's just McNeil is the best. He's definitely the best. He's the best 5 million. Well, below 6 million option. We need to be around 4 million. See, it's Leicester again. Southampton, like, do you want Southampton defenders? They nearly concede every game. I just don't think you can do it. Can't do it to my team. I just don't have any options. Like, I have 1 million, so I can go maximum 4.2, which is Keane. Which I'm not completely against. We looked at Leicester's fixtures there, or sorry, Everton's fixtures. They're not bad. The United game away is going to be a bit tricky now because, new manager. But the next three, do you want to play double defense though? We've also got White coming back, so I'm not sure about Keane, to be honest. I don't know how this rotation with Leicester's going to marry up when he comes back. I had Burn, got rid of. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I had Hall, got rid of Hall, even though he wasn't really doing great. I think I held him through a couple of price drops, so that's not great. Um, I think I'm just gonna go with that. Right, so make transfers, confirm and play. I can make more, but this will be my draft one. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. And please consider subscribing. Please drop a like and leave me out in comments that you want to see. But I hope this video helps, and best of luck. See you next time. Take care.